today we're going to talk about a topic that's been out in the media for a little while now, and I felt like it was important and I needed to pull this in and do a reading on it to see what I have and see what's going on here. So it has to do with the red flags that are up in New York, talking about the nuclear threat out there. Real quick before I get started, please go and hit the like button. Really does help me out. Okay, so this question says, hi Lynn, have a time-sensitive request regarding events that are supposedly going to take place in New York, Miami, California, and Chicago. There were recent public announcements regarding a threat of nuclear attack in NYC. Red flags are up. Please see what you get concerning these cities as to the probability and severity. I always find your reads interesting and balanced on BitChute, which yes, I am on a couple different platforms out there trying to diversify and make sure that my channel stays alive and also grow the community. So feel free to check those out too. I tag all of my stuff back in both the description boxes and also on the blog at the bottom of every reading. Okay, so what do I get in regards to all this? So when I focus on this and what's going on, why these announcements are going out, why these red flags are up, I get they're preparing the people for what is to come in the upcoming months. And here's what I mean by that, and it might not be what you think. In highly concentrated areas where people have had the beer bug shot, I get that the powers that were know that there's going to be behavior that's going to result once the 5G is switched into full force. I get the toxins that are tied to this beer bug shot and the metallic components that are within the shot itself hide in protein sources, namely the brain and also in the liver. The protein source, which like I said is the brain, is highly reactive once the 5G alters these particles. Some people may notice that they experience headaches or they just feel off, they just don't feel good, they don't feel like themselves. In other cases, people may feel like they've had the flu that they can't get rid of. And I get that also they're going to notice this weird thing of not being able to control their emotions, or they're going to have this really strange almost involuntary feelings, anger, upset, anxiety. They're going to have these type of things come over them seemingly out of nowhere, but it's because their brain is being manipulated with this 5G beaming at them. I see these toxic particles essentially disconnecting or inhibiting the ability for the mind to think freely. Plus, when you're caught up and you don't feel good, notice that your train of thought can also be altered as well. A lot of that goes on. And this person reverts to more of a reptilian mindset of just getting through the day. Just get me through the day. Survival, eat, drink, sleep, that kind of thing. I get it gets very basic in mentality. Other people are going to have autoimmune issues and liver issues. As I said above, it likes to hide in the liver, and that translates into also skin conditions. And when I read for people and they have medical issues, a lot of times when I see the liver being impacted, maybe they get eczema, maybe they get hives, maybe they get some weird rash. A lot of times it's liver related, and I get that this is not unique to that because the liver is where a lot of this virus, or not virus, but the shot wants to hide. Then that comes forward as having liver issues. As the evidence of these illnesses or behaviors come forward, they're going to say it's nuclear poisoning to fulfill their fear, keep people inside, and explain what's going on using that as the explanation. And I get it's going to be especially important as we approach the upcoming campaigning and vote in 2024. As a side note, to diminish some of the fear, because I know sometimes you hear this stuff or you read something on my blog and then you're like, whoa, Lynn, tell me something good. What's going on here? I do see that nuclear facilities exist. The power and the subs, nuclear subs, those are real. Meltdowns, waste, that's real. We've had that in our history. We've witnessed it. But the bombs are not. So two things that come forward to me to support this, to tell you where I'm coming from with that. One, I have clients everywhere. Some lived, witnessed Hiroshima, had relatives witness it. They saw firebombs go off. They did not see a nuclear bomb go off. If it were true, the nuclear and the vegetation would still show. It would be desolate. It would be, you couldn't really go there. I get from people that have lived over there and witnessed it and lived through it, that is not, the story that we get is not the reality of what really happened. Second, I have clairaudiently, I'm focusing on this and this topic, and I've focused on this topic before on my blog. There's crazy people all over this world. If they were real, someone, somewhere would have done something to destroy us by now, because people are reckless and people don't think, and they're very highly reactive. They would have used them in a war. They would have used them way in a more grandiose way if they existed as a way to punish enemies, punish people, punish the earth. So take some solace in that, because I don't see this being what they say it really is. And that's just food for thought. Be curious your thoughts on that. I will leave you with that for today, and that's all I have for this reading. So I will catch you in my next video. Thanks so much for listening. Till next time. Bye.